Hello, everybody. Clearing. Okay, so today waking up, I usually don't do a reading this early in my morning, and I just kept hearing Galactic Council and get all galactic. So I'm all galactic today. I want to say first off that I always represent the Most High, the Divine, and I am a channel of that love that I truly believe the entire universe is built on. So in no shape or form, calling in the Galactic Council, do I suppose that that is the highest authority in this universe. And so we will continue with this reading, but boy, do we have an in-depth spread. I'm going to do a Spine of Fire reading. As I was shuffling, I have cards for the masculines and the feminines, and then we have Starseed Oracles to bring in the galactic energy. We have the emotional deck, and what I heard was our emotions are our most divine navigation system as human beings. That is our sensitivity in this dimension. As I was shuffling, acceptance and surrender came out. Now, these are two cards that pull in the crown chakra and the third eye. Acceptance says, I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. And surrender says, I can release my need to control. These are incredible energies to have going through this 1111 portal. We are leaving all of our fear, all of our disbelief in love at the door. And we're stepping through, accepting the things we cannot change and surrendering our control. Now, this means we are accepting that we have been part of a barbaric existence and it hasn't felt great. It's been obtruse. It's been contrary to love. We're accepting that. But we're surrendering our need to control based from those fear paradigms. And we're stepping through this portal. We're stepping it further into love. We're putting down more and more of our fear barriers, our masks. And we're becoming more transparent in the name of truth and representing the highest authority in the cosmos, which is love. Miracles happen when we lead by example. Okay, so I am going to start shuffling all these cards. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial coming through for the incredible collective of earthbound cosmonauts, divine cosmonauts that join me here. What can we see from Galactic Council? What is it we are being called to look at from the Most High in these journeys of love? What are the emotions that we are being asked to navigate with open hearts and open minds for ascension on the planet as our contribution? What are the material and human considerations at this time on each of the chakra levels? What can we further see about the cutting edge of human development as seen through these divine connections, these God-given connections that are teaching us through the experience, direct experience of love on the planet? What can we see for the feminines? What can we see for the masculines? How can we be blessed today? Okay, let's get into it. Crown chakra, Merkaba matrix, light body expansion, illuminated presence. Okay, so there is a clarion call to really step into your righteousness. When you are connected to source on the crown chakra, no matter what you're having come towards you, no matter what you're initiating out into the world, you've got that quality check, quality control that measures what you're putting out there through connection to source, the greatest authority. It takes discipline, courage, righteousness to know what that guidance is telling you and to follow it, even when ego says that ego isn't so sure that's the safest bet, right? So we are being asked to be the light in the world, to not hide that light, to not stray from what is wrong. Okay, there is a promise here. So in the emotional level, abundance. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. When we align with higher will, that is the most alive energy. That is the most life affirming. It is the most growth based. And so abundance in creative ways, abundance speaks of manifestation around corners, in the dark, through mountains, through obstacles. So when we attune to highest guidance, there's always a miracle. There's always a faith route, an absolute miraculous route to solving any issue. What's going on in the physical? Ooh, Tower in the world. So the foundations of the world are crumbling, literally. As we find the light, I just saw 555. As we anchor into the light, the material lack doesn't stand a chance, because we're not taking those illusions at face value anymore. What can we see for the masculines in this energy? The Hermit and the Hanged Man. Okay, I've always said the Hanged Man is when the universe has us in a headlock. The Hermit is when we deliberately go into meditation on the destined path, on this higher guidance. So the masculines are having epiphanies. They are seeing some kind of abundance route right now where it requires them to glow up, to adhere to the light, to push through. So this might have been a faith wobble recently for the masculines, but it feels like they have the opportunity here to pull through in the name of this abundant clarion call, this light body activation. So masculines, if you have been experiencing some kind of crossroads that threatened to rock your faith with regard to these connections, with regard to what you can handle, with regard to the choices in front of you, it looks like you're beginning to see that if you stay in righteousness, if you let your light shine and not sort of cave or take the easy way or backslide, that you are continuing to dismantle the foundations of the world, the limitations, and create the world you desire to see based on this abundant knowing of the higher realms. So yeah, I'm hearing that the masculines scared themselves recently because they almost went down the wrong path again. Okay, stay in the light, masculines. What are the feminines having here? Putting down the guard, 5 of Wands, and trusting that all the karma will be released. So feminines, this is like peaceful warrior kind of energy. So as these foundations of the world, you may have tuned into your masculine having a wobble. And instead of being up in arms and trying to solve that for them and trying to preach, you've taken the back seat and you've trusted divine plan. You've trusted abundance. You've trusted the process. You've trusted in your own light, your resilient light, speaking for itself in the world, and trusting that all lower dimensional things will fall away. So yeah, Galactic Council right now is holding hands around the planet in solidarity with love and with this channeling in. So the feminines are anchoring in this stable knowing and trusting that everything that is not love will pass. This too shall pass. In times of development, feminines, you felt like you've had to effort to do this. I'm hearing Star Command saying, well done. The divine saying, well done. Staying the course, holding to truth, being the light, trusting the process, allowing that to be what it is, and not wavering. What can we see on the third eye chakra? Temple of Eventual Destinies, benevolence, spiritual progression, and enlightenment. So I'm getting a message that the star family has been through this on other ascending planets, and they are saying, hold to the knowing that you are ascending and that you are going to somewhere beautiful through the other side of the rubble. And so this is an eventual destiny. You are encoded with this history from other lifetimes on other planets. It's in your DNA. It's in the stardust you breathe. You are part of the cosmos, and this is a cosmic design. And you will come through these markers. Hold to that, knowing that you're going through this great revelation, this great awakening on this planet. And it is the enlightenment of your species. Spiritual progression. So this is the way through from the material realms to the higher enlightenment. You must anchor into the light, the spiritual wisdom, the knowing. Your heart has been tethered to this love in the cosmos, and it is the tow rope that brings you through all the uncertainty. So on your third eye, know this, trust this. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Free will. So you have the free will not to be a fearmonger, not to get on the bandwagon of the status of the planet, not to be concerned that that we're worse off on the planet than we've ever been. So many things are coming to light right now. That does not mean that we are going to hell in a handbasket. This means that we are seeing the things that are needed in order to release those from our own personal histories, but from the collective as well. You have the free will to continue claiming your freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from strife. And as you balance that out and anchor that peace, that freedom personally, it's got a dog here, you will overcome, and you're aiding in the transition, the great transition, the grand rising for the entire planet. Oh my goodness. How is this playing out? Yes. Ace of Swords. So anchoring the truth of that which you wish to see, of that which your heart is calling you. You have this answer in your hand. The world does not offer these answers, but you've got the divine spark, that creative genius, that love-filled knowing. And the Ace of Swords, this is the deep truth, first person. What can we see for the masculines with this? Princess of Cups and growing the wings. Growing a pair, I heard, but masculines, you're anchoring this love deep in your hearts, and you now know that you're not going to, nobody's coming to do this for you. You have been given this prophetic knowing. You are preparing in this cocoon that you've been in, the Hanged One and the Hermit. You are going to emerge as an ascended being. Keep divining, downloading the instruction bit by bit, cell by cell, thought by thought. This brand new thing that you're becoming. You don't need to know all of the answers, but you do need to know that you can reclaim your mind. Specifically your mind, masculines. You can have clarity of mind. You do not need to think like a caterpillar anymore. That's a dime a dozen. Fear, dime a dozen. Anchor the love. Believe what you've been shown in this dynamic with your feminine is true. Love is the only eternal. Keep building your new wings on love. Use your intellect, your insight wisely, masculines. Attune it to your heart. What can we see for the feminines? More dropping control and trusting the process. Four of Pentacles is holding strong to this foundation and therefore anchoring into the facts, into the truth, into the energetic knowing, into your progress, into the inspiration. Staying the course. Believing in love, feminines. What can we see on the throat chakra? Arcturian Stargate. So we have Arcturian energy here. So this 1111 portal, which we do have 1111 on either side here. Peace, healing, gentleness, non-judgment. So we are meant to simply put down the war, the barbaric, the disbelief, the contrasts, unity consciousness coming in. We are making this progress as a planet. What you do for self, you do for counterpart. What you do for self and counterpart, you do for all of existence. So continue stepping through this with gentleness, with non-judgment. This too shall pass. All of the old ways are falling. What is the emotion? Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So I'm seeing the image of an acorn again and germinating. That little acorn truly believes that germination is of its own power. But from our perspective, we can see that it's part of a natural process. So too is the planet germinating and expanding in this ascension process. Our planet is cracking open like that acorn right now. And we are becoming a level 1 society, which is a new energy, a new entity as a planet in the cosmos. We are becoming a new thing as we coalesce this way. What can we see on the throat chakra? So 9 of Pentacles and 7 of Cups. This is a time to continue in deep meditation, simply releasing all of the confusion, all of the codependency, all of the things that have been abrasive, that haven't worked. It is time to release those things. So it's not necessarily a time to take action. Patience, patience, dear friends, patience. I'm hearing Yoda, something about patience. If you know if Yoda has said a patience, I just saw 1616. If Yoda has a specific patience quote, pop it in the comments below. It feels like it's time right now, non-judgment. So we're not meant to be going and causing division with the things being said. So if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all right now, counterparts. That means out into the world, we're meant to be going in peace and gentleness. Button your lips. Wow, my throat chakra's like going crazy on this level. So yeah, if you're not given specifically peaceable, gentle things to say to others right now that are in the highest authority, love, it's not time to act. Everything happens in divine order. But let the Holy Spirit move through the land, I just heard. Let what needs to transpire work its way out and stay in your lane right now. How are the masculines dealing with this? Yeah, they are not speaking. They are overcoming their own anxiety. So right now, masculines are hermit mode, not hermit mode. They might be social. They might be around other individuals right now, but they are keeping their developmental awarenesses to themselves until they have double confirmation to speak. So masculines, you're beginning to be used as channels into the world, but you're no longer speaking fear into this dimension. And so this is very, very powerful stuff. You are learning to master the tongue, but to represent the light and to be the change in the world that you wish to see. So no more running on fear programs, no more acting out, no more allowing yourself to be spastastic. You only speak now when you know it's the truth. No more instinctual outbursts. This is you handling your fear, coming into the mastery. And if you are in confusion or fear, no taki. No taki, masculines. So yeah. This is a powerful time of transition where you're moving from caterpillar thinking to butterfly thinking and speaking and acting and flying. What do the feminines got here? Knight of Cups, be your own love right now. And 3 of Cups, trust the love, give yourself what you need right now. So right now there is this total re-establishment of the masculines coming into their God authority, their diplomacy under heaven. They can't be running on fear right now. They also don't have it to give you, feminines. And the only way that they are going to is if they do this calibration on their own. So find the love within, trust the process, trust the inspiration you've been given so far on this journey. Keep letting go of the fear that you've experienced in other connections and in this world, and keep giving yourself the love needed, allowing the love from the divine to support you so that you can trust the love. Remember, it's not to be taken personally if your masculine isn't coming forward. This is a period of great transition on the planet, and these masculines are learning how to be this spiritual authority in the name of love on the planet. They have to go through some tests, some choices, some experiences where they align with the highest, where they rewrite their code. You can't do it for them. You can't teach them. It has to be integral. It has to be first person. They have to slay their dragons, and they are right now. They will be learning how to start talking to people in new ways. Going forward with this calibration on the throat chakra, they may find themselves in situations from their past. And right now, if you see patterns repeating with your masculine, just know that higher love has got them, and it's going to be different this time around. They're going to be asked to represent the wisdom, the truth, in situations that remind them of previous times where they did not do that, where they went to the darkness, or they did not, at very least, represent the highest truth. They're going to be given opportunities for a redo. They're learning how to trust their higher guidance and not be reactive right now. And so you don't want them trialing that on you. You want them to learn how to do that in their own sovereign way so that they bring that to the table. It's very karmic when we hash that stuff out, and it can be devastating to a connection if we do that with each other. So these masculines have to get right with God. They have to get right within themselves, with their own God self, and they've got to do that on their own time right now. Beautiful. What can we see on the heart space? Pegasian Stargate. Okay, sophistication, ingenuity, originality, and elegance. So we're both finessing our ability to move in these higher dimensional ways. Emotions, loneliness. I know I'm never alone. We have to do this autonomously, sovereign. We cannot rely on our counterpart. The masculines cannot rely on their high priestesses. They have to match that with their high priest energy. And the high priestesses can't rely on their masculines for making, coddling them, making them feel better, just, having a body there to comfort. We're in this together. It is a grand design, and it's nuanced. So feminines, again, trusting that love. And then the new beginning is coming, and we are coming out of the cocoon. We are showing the world the real us. We are walking the dimensions. We walk between the planes of dimensions. As divine beings, we are stardust and earth. So you are a bridge. You are not alone. You have the Galactic Council, your ancestors, your healing team, the angels, the elementals. You have everything in the cosmos supporting you as you anchor the light and are the change you wish to see in the world. That means intuitively, you already know that when you lower your frequency with over-emotionality or hardened hearts, that you are not representing what love would do in those moments. And you are being asked to leave all of those lower vibrational assessments in the past. Those days are done on the planet. They are not they are not evoked unless we evoke them in any given moment. And so it is time to leave those, check those at the 1111 door. What are the masculines experiencing on the heart space? King of Swords. Okay, so they are beginning to speak the truth. This is a channeling card. This is a speaking that higher truth. We have two eagles, the bigger picture. So they are also representing you, feminines, in whatever they're doing autonomously right now. They are stepping into this crown chakra lit, this new dawn of speaking the truth, being the light, bringing harbingers of the light, I just heard. So they are being activated into different pockets. For some, there are so many masculines in the collective that still live at home or are still connected to their parents in some way and going through a generational rite of passage. This is a chance for these masculines to be the leaders in their family line, to step in with their voice of righteousness and to bring victory by detaching and forgiving their parents, but also speaking from a place of healing, not wounding. And this is ultimately going to be bringing victory in your connection. So even though you're going it alone right now, there is no loneliness needed in the connection. Masculines, you will be coming back from this karmic battle and presenting victory to your counterpart. it will be a translation. Whatever you're doing right now is going to result in you getting the freedom to come back around with your feminine. But this is you developing your elegance, your ingenuity, your originality, and that is what makes you worthy for a love like this. That is the version of you you're stepping into that's going to rock your feminine's world, that's going to absolutely seal the deal for you being their counterpart. They cannot say no to that. When you step into that divinely imbued power, your feminine sees you rise into the potential that the divine has shown in you. Hubba hubba. What can we see for the feminines? Yeah, the Lovers and the Six of Pentacles, both in the inverse. So you're meant to be getting this love from the cosmos right now, feminines. You're not alone. Really draw from the love of the divine. Expand your heart right now. Give your masculines this incredible stability. You're good on your own. It's not about you. You're not being, damaged by your masculine coming into their own. If you can see that it's not detracting from your connection, it's investing in the future forevermore in your connection. Whatever your masculine is going through right now, if it's truly a divinely orchestrated connection, they are going through this rite of passage to come into their own with impeccability, with this leadership into their communities, into their previous karmic cycles. They are up leveling within those systems into leadership, into clarity, into divine representation. And so it's not against you, feminines. This is to really allow the cosmic love to fill you up so that you're not making it a bruised ego scenario here, that you are giving yourself what you need, that you are in gratitude, that you are thriving, that you are joyful right now. I just heard, what kind of a divine feminine are you? If you have pity party energy going on, do you not know that if you are in the vicinity of these readings, that you are truly God's gift to this planet? You are the light. You are God's gift to your masculine. Do you really think you are forsaken? No. No. Start seeing your value, feminines. This is on the heart space. So this new beginning is coming. Hold the light, feminines. What can we see on the solar plexus? Path change, paradigm shift, adjustment. So the unit that the two of you are is being adjusted. We put down the karmic baggage at the door on this 1111, and afterwards we come through clearer than ever before. What is the emotion? Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Alignment. I'm just hearing alignment. When we see things appropriately, our head and heart alignment, everything that is not actually beneficial for us falls away. So this is the third chakra, the solar plexus. This is our ego chakra. It is our empowerment chakra. It is our physical excellence chakra. It is our achievement. It is our abundance chakra. It is our ambition. And so this is also when we are plugged into source energy, it's our battery pack, it's our inner sun. And so this is, where we cut out addiction, bad habits, things that don't actually support our temples. And so there are some deep inner convictions right now about anything that doesn't serve, any lower vibrational coping methods. These things are being called into the forefront right now to be released, exiled, I just heard, in lower dimensional realms, not where we're going, not where we're rising. How is this playing out? The Sun and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, we're letting go of the burden and we're stepping into this enlightenment. We're stepping into the higher consciousness. How are the masculines experiencing this? This is their new beginning where they leave heartache. Now this looks like a portal. Here's that oak tree. So the karmic baggage and the lower dimensional things are being left on the other side, the previous side of the 1111. And I just heard the air is crisp over here. So we're leaving the heartache and all the paradigms associating the guilt, the shame that perpetuate those lower things. And we're stepping into freedom. We're stepping into clarity. We're stepping into righteousness. We're stepping into the light. We are bringing the light. We are up-leveling timelines, dimensions. So masculines, continue to speak that which you want to see in the world, that which your heart and your higher mind know is of highest benefit and potential. Do not settle. Don't preach, don't argue, don't force, but when you are given double confirmation, represent the light. What are the feminines being asked to do? More Three of Cups and Eight of Swords. Okay, so the time is not now to be in worry about your hands being tied. Stay in unconditional friendship. Commune with your trusted friends at this time. Go into meditation with your higher advisors. But you're not meant to be taking action in the world right now. Again, the message is coming through that until you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, what you are being led to do, don't take action. Don't willy-nilly just act out into the world. Be contained. Trust all is well. Allow your masculines, without momming them, to come through this rite of passage right now and surrender your need to know and control. Right now, it's a time to just focus on self and allow. We can't go through the portals together. We have to each, through our own sovereign spiritual path, step through them on our own. It's like a purification. I'm seeing car washes. We're all going through these portals and it's washing us clean. Every time we go through another one, we are doing the personal work. Those who don't do the work, they're going to be standing in line for the next portal maybe. You know, they're just going to be over rolling in the mud in the same old caca. But you can walk through this car wash. Okay, what can we see on the sacral? Ooh, awakening to source. Oh, I love this on the sacral because this is sacred spirituality or sacred sexuality and spirituality coming into the sexual energies. Soul confidence, reassurance, source essence. This is ecstatic lovemaking. This is the purification of the womb for the feminines. This is also that qualification for the masculines. When we are sexually engaged, the masculine and feminine are like the yin yang, where there is a pure connection. It does not have lower dimensional things, and therefore it does not bring implants or destruction or other energies that are lower vibrational into the intimate connection, and therefore those weeds don't grow. So there is a purification here, and it has to do with the worthiness of the masculine stepping into the shoes of the divine representation on the earth plane. So they are going to be coming correct, because once they have the empowerment and the worth, they can meet the feminine and be as righteous as the feminine's discernment needs them to be, to have access to that womb chakra. This is the cosmic womb. So non-gender womb, this is the seat of creation. This is the manifestation portal. So whether we're talking about physical children or manifestations coming in, this is where intimacy and sexual connection adds potent manifestation power to things that are divine. When two are in purity this way and make love ecstatically, there is an absolutely unlimited spark of energy that comes into this dimension. It is lovemaking. It is called lovemaking for that reason, because it brings love through. It perpetuates things. It is like a nitrous boost on a car engine. This is a catapult. When two beings truly make love, it is a catapult of consciousness, of innovation, of solution into the world. What is the emotion? Fear in the inverse. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So as we purify towards love, we leave the disbelief of love at the door. We get to enter into the Holy of Holies, which is pure creationary energy. Ooh, ooh, you can't get that in a karmic, just for sexual gratification way. You cannot enter the Holy of Holies in a karmic way. And therefore, these energies cannot be harnessed for ill intent. They cannot be harnessed for lower vibrational influence into the world. They can try, but that is short-lived, and it will only befall destruction on those who attempt to do that. You will only get karma. You know, those things, when we use sexual energies in lower vibrational ways, karma ensues. STIs, unwanted pregnancies, that's hard to even say. There's a whole other side tangent I could get onto on that. Life is precious. I want to say there is no judgment in the cosmos for pregnancies that don't reach birth, insomuch as those are the true martyrs, the true saints that come in, that redirect the families, the mothers, the fathers, potentially. I just want to pray blessing for anyone who has lost a child or has had to make difficult decisions. Every child that has come into the womb on this planet has been precious. Whether they are born, birthed, or they don't stay that long, all of them are God-given. I want you to know that. I want you to also forgive yourselves. There's a big womb clearing. So for any of, I'm just going to pray actually, for any of the women, the mothers that have conceived and not birthed the child for whatever reason, miscarriage, those can be generational traumas coming in and not allowing for those children to be born or aborted. Divine, bring the love in, forgive any of the uncertainties with any of the mothers that have experienced this, and allow for the full cleansing of their wombs. Remove any of the damage, the trauma, the generational, the cultural, the individual on this timeline and all other timelines. Clear our sacred wombs. In Jesus' name, under heaven, bring this through so we can step through in love. So children of light can be born through these wombs. I'm just hearing infertility as being cleared through this prayer in the collective. Wow, I have never been led to do that before, so under heaven in the highest authority, so be it. What can we see for the playing out? 5 of Swords and 4 of Pentacles. So this is hanging on. You know, she is clutching a purse, marsupial, a womb here, and holding to the purity. So feminines, this is really the purification of the womb and only letting divine energy now into your womb space, into that portal of creation. This is the 5 of Swords. It's our card of free will. In the inverse, it is your accountability, feminines, to be the gatekeeper of these energies. If something is not coming correct, so to speak, do not let it pass your gates. That is energetically and physically. You are only perpetuating the darkness if you do so. Do not settle. Do not cheapen your connections. I'm even hearing do not sin anymore. Wow. What can we see for the masculines? The end of heartache, bit by bit, masculines. You must, this is a card of physical changes, steps. This is you in this ascended butterfly energy coming out of the cocoon. This is you preparing to make the righteous steps, the true steps. I believe in you, the divine says, masculines. You don't have to perpetuate heartache. You don't have to make moves in lower dimensional ways anymore. So this is you only coming into your feminine's energy, literally consummating sexually when you know that you are righteous. No more sexual mishaps or throwing your energy around. Masculines, this is you. You can do it. This is in the name of the Most High that you are being asked to honor these divine feminines to this level. Do not have fear. Where you can be righteous, you are contributing greatly to the cosmos. Don't be afraid that, if you're saying no to cheapened sexual connections or instant gratification, put down your ego. Check your ego at the door, masculines. It is all lies of illusion that you would be uncool, not attractive enough, not virile enough, not masculine enough if you cut the crap sexually. It is awesome. It is awesome indeed to make love with a divine feminine. The fear you have felt is your sin. The resistance you have felt to these connections, masculine, has been your guilt and shame. It has not been you, not your soul. You are drawn to a divine feminine because you are divine. If you were not so blessed, you would not have met this feminine. And so you have to remember that you are being purified if you have a divine feminine in your life. And yes, you may acknowledge and take note of any fear that comes up, but it's not meant to stop you. It's meant to change you through your own heart work, not because your feminine demands you change, but because the divine has given you this opportunity. You can't unsee what you see. And so just allow the process to continue unfolding. And for the feminines, what can we see? The Magician and the Moon. So you don't have to do anything. The moon is connected with the feminine fertility, with the feminine waters, with the feminine reproduction, with the feminine intuition. Deep, deep secrets are coming to light here, and you do not have to force or sell or convince. You just have to know deeply within yourself what you are worth energetically and not cheapen. You don't have to do anything for that to be exuded, emanate from you, feminines. What can we see on the root chakra? Flower of feeling, compassion, emotional awakening, and forgiveness. This is the generational rite of passage where we no longer perpetuate the dysfunctions of our forefathers. We no longer work on those wounded timelines that just recreate family dysfunction going forward. We stop it. We actually feel. We feel into the injustices we were handed. We feel into the traumas. We feel into the shortcomings, and we forgive. This is all about forgiveness. Forgiveness of everything that has come before. The buck stops here. We get to say no to perpetuating those things anymore. What can we see energetically, emotionally? Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Okay. Sexual energy, because it came out in such a purified way, this brings up friendship. This brings up sexual tension. This brings up how do we approach being in the world in these sacred connections and monogamy or sexual tension with all people. When we don't have wounding, we don't have temptation. When we have mastered, we don't need the lessons of contrasts, multiple people. We can now see on a spiritual level what each friend, which each interaction, what each individual is there to exchange on a spiritual level. Ideally, when we come into healing, we now know that we are meant to encourage with no sexual strings attached. We're meant to be encouraged in love, but we're meant to draw our greatest encouragement from source, so we're not trying to find that gratification externally in others. We're meant to have this sexual alchemy with a divine partner. We are not meant to dilute our energy by being confused about what potential people are coming towards us. We are meant to have attraction to people. That is an innate indicator that there is some kind of energy that can be exchanged, or awareness, or information. But we are not meant to sexualize. We're meant to have true friendship out into the world. We are not meant to dabble in temptation. And so when we forgive, when we have emotional sensitivity, our emotions tell us what the blessing is in interacting. And if there is no mutual blessing, we then are not drawn. We're not allured. We're not tempted by what is there for us. We can feel it doesn't offer sustenance, value, and we disengage. We don't initiate. We have true friendship then. We can be true friends. And if anything arises, we can be the voice of the divine. And we do not need to perpetuate sexual tension anymore. So with these connections, we are eradicating confusion. This does bring up that the masculines are likely going to be in situations where sexual tension would have existed before, or pressure. And these masculines will now be advocating for the light and speaking out the awarenesses that are meant to come through in those moments without being sexualized. That is beautiful. What can we see? So both counterparts are going to be able to have actual friendships with other potential, whatever gender that they have usually been attracted to. They're not going to have sexual tension anymore. And we get love and Six of Cups. So this is the inner child healing that's paving the way for actual love, monogamous love in these connections. So that coast isn't quite clear yet. So whatever this generational healing is, it has been the culprit with why there's been sexual tension and confusion about who to choose and how to go all in. This healing has to happen, and it is. I see it's happening here. This 1111 portal is a purification. What can we see for the masculines? Yeah, codependency. Immediately, the masculines, you're going to be seeing your tendency for codependency. And that means for you sexualizing connections that are just meant to exchange information, either directly or indirectly. Not every connection do you have to directly engage with to understand the message and the reason why it's come into your reality. If connections come into your reality and you know they are codependent or lower vibrational, this is an opportunity for you to pray, meditate, run it through higher guidance so that you can learn from whatever the draw is or the pull is, and you can then start to extract the wisdom from those things without having to sexualize it. What can we see for the feminines? Seven of Swords and the Artist. So, right now there is a cloak between the two. You're not meant to know the inner workings of what's going on for your counterpart. You're meant to be in this ascended energy and channeling divine as an instrument of the divine. So ask the divine, ask your connection to source, what am I meant to do today? Can you use me today in my life and the lives of others without being in fear? Be of generous, whole, healed enough energy where you can be that instrument and begin devoting your life to that use by the divine in the world more consciously. When you're self-absorbed and wallowing, you're not in the energy of service, contribution, freedom. You're letting something distract you away from this divine purpose in the world. So bring back your focus to that place where you can be of earthly good. Okay, I'm going to get one archetype card to close this out. Happy 1111 portal, everybody. We get the Nectar. That's a beautiful card. And I have to get a crash course in Roman numerals. Oh my goodness. The Nectar. Okay. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as Amrit, or nectar, that contains infinite healing power. This golden nectar of sacred elixir is the drink of immortality, and like its sister substance, Soma, it is known to activate subtle, intelligent forces that ease the mind, body, and spirit. Though esoteric, these images lead us to the central energy of this archetype, the sweet, potent, heavenly essence that lubricates our spirit back to life. The Nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practices, people, and activities that regenerate and heal. Oh, yes. Bring our energy back from lower engagement and seek to identify and relish in places and practices, people that activate, regenerate, and heal. Medicine is needed, and it comes in subtle form that you may be overlooking. Seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you have forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. It is said that when someone is activated, the substance within is reflected in their shimmering eyes. This is also your scent, feminines, your purity. Your purity is the most fragrant flower in the garden, and that, even with pheromones and on an animalistic level, will draw your masculine. When you resonate with the purity of heaven, your masculine will be absolutely mesmerized, entranced, drawn, connected to your scent. Hot. All right, many blessings. Bye for now.